Rob, you touched on after the last match the fact you were looking pretty good in both the LV Cup and Europe, but that's also true, of course, of the Premiership, isn't it?
Oh, that's right, and obviously this is a very big game for ourselves and for Northampton. Was it first against third or whatever? And it's exciting for us to be in this position with at this stage of the season. So, we're obviously very excited about how the season's going. We're delighted to be in third, but we're also aware there's a lot of big challenges ahead, and obviously, there's no bigger challenge than going to Northampton, to the current champions. Obviously, we're aware that they're supplying a number of quality players to international teams, but at the same time, when you look at the team they can put out there, it's still very challenging. So, we've always made a big point of being in the Premiership and looking forward to bigger challenges and looking forward to going away to big and established clubs. And I kind of think I said to the guys, that's what we've got to make sure we reset ourselves to. That this is an exciting challenge for us. It's an opportunity to do well away against a good side. And if we do well, things in the league look very nice for us for another week. And that's how we've got to do it. Week by week in this Premiership competition, is keep giving ourselves every opportunity to stay where we want to stay. And that's what our focus has been this week, is giving ourselves an opportunity to collect points.
The fact they have got quite a few players well on international duty, in a way, does that make it a little bit more difficult to research them?
A little bit, but it's a little bit like anything. Northampton will be used to then internationals being away. You don't win premierships if you can't get by with your internationals away. They went through it all last year and still came on top, so they'll know how to deal with this scenario. And so for us, we've not worried too much about who's in and who's away. Obviously they've had LV Cup games as well, so some of their available players or the players who are backing up their international players we've been able to see. Obviously we don't quite know what their selection will be. We don't quite know what their selection will be, and so that very much means we've had to focus on ourselves and kind of how we want to attack the game.
You did make quite a few changes. Pick your strongest side almost for Bath, didn't you? How big a gamble was that?
I don't think it was a gamble at all, really. I think it's what we had to do. You can't go through a month and not pick your frontline players, which is potentially what it seems like some people have suggested we should have done. We rested most of what you call our frontline away to Bayonne. They came back for the Connacht game. We then rested them up really for the Gloucester game, and they came back last week. So it's been a little bit more of evening out the game time across the squad, but also still keeping the players sharp. And I think you've just got to get the balance of the two. We haven't gone after things necessarily to try and win any particular competition. We've said that the Premiership's our focus, so we used the 4 weeks I think really well, put out competitive teams in each fixture, which is shown because we won 3 out of the 4. But what we've really been focusing on is moving forward and getting ourselves ready for the Premiership. Unfortunate
news obviously at the weekend about Chrysander Bota. How does that work now? Does he come back here to recuperate?
Yeah, no, Chris is back. He's been back all week. He's been having scans the last couple of days. He'll probably have an operation before the end of the week, and we'll do his rehab. Obviously Namibia have obviously been very good. They communicated everything to us very quickly, and it's a bit of a joint effort now between the club and Namibia to get him up and running. But no, I mean all his rehab will happen here, which is the way it should be, and as I say, we're just going to obviously hope when the operation goes ahead that we can get on and try and get him back before the end of the season.
Obviously you brought in Byron McGuigan. Will you need to strengthen further, or?
I mean potentially. We'll probably have a look to see who's available. We kind of brought Byron in because we did feel we were perhaps one back too light within our squad, and as soon as we brought him in, we've lost an additional back. So we're probably a little bit back to square one. Obviously very pleased that we brought Byron in, because that's obviously proved even more valuable now. So as I say, we'll kind of assess the market. We'll assess how we look fitness-wise. Obviously, we know we've got some good backs coming through in our academy. In particular the lads who played. Your Tom Henderson's, Max Badilli's, Jack Arnott. We've got some talent there as well. So we've got to weigh up. Do we keep bringing senior players in, or do we give one of these young lads that opportunity? So we'll see how things progress over the next few weeks.
Jack, did Jack Arnott pick up an injury for Albion?
Yeah, Jack Arnott had a bit of a worrying kind of collision, which led to him having some neck pain. But he's been in training this week. He actually trained fully today. He's pretty much recovered from it. I think it was a bit more of a scare type injury than anything that sustained too much damage. So he's going to be okay. And as I said, those are the decisions we have to make now. Is do we run with this squad we've got, which I believe is a strong squad. You look who's not involved. Adam Hughes isn't involved this week. Tom James. Fetu Varnicola's away and will be coming back. So we've got other options. We don't necessarily need to go back into the market.